Angela of Foligno, a 13th century mystic and Franciscan tertiary, left an indelible mark on Christian spirituality with her profound spiritual experiences and writings. Born into a wealthy family in Foligno, Italy around 1248, Angela lived a life marked by worldly pursuits until a series of transformative events redirected her path. Saint Angela of Foligno was born in the town of Foligno in the year 1248. She was born into a wealthy Italian family, married at an early age, and had several children. She tells us in her later writings that for over 30 years she led a mortally sinful life. Around the age of 40, she recognized the emptiness of her life and sought God's help in the sacrament of penance. Tormented in soul, she prayed to Saint Francis of Assisi, and he appeared to her in a vision. It was only then she recognized the emptiness in her life and began to live a life devoted to higher perfection. She decided to leave the pleasures of comfort and live in penance. 3 years after she devoted her life to it, her mother died, and after a few months, her husband and children also died. Angela left all of her possessions and lived as a pertinent, devoted priestess and servant. She joined the Order of St. Francis in 1291, placing herself under the direction of a Franciscan friar named Arnoldo, who would serve as her confessor and biographer. At her confessor's advice, Angela wrote a book titled Book of Visions and Instructions. In it, she recalls some of the temptations she suffered after her conversion. She also expresses her thanks to God for the incarnation of Jesus. She lived as a mendicant, a poor beggar, completely dependent upon the charity of others. Angela herself tells us that at times she was overcome with grief because she could see nothing but the extraordinary goodness of God. The sight of a crucifix produced in Angela torrents of tears. As she would later narrate in her spiritual writings, she had a significant mystical experience one day while in prayer in the church. So powerful was the loving vision of God she encountered there that when it came to an end, she had what appeared to be a nervous breakdown, which included screaming and rolling on the ground. The scene drew dozens of onlookers, including some nearby Franciscan friars who were embarrassed by such a public spectacle. They demanded that this woman not return to the church. In addition to constant prayer, Angela always conducted charitable activity, assisting lepers and the sick with tenderness and love. Angela inspired and attracted a circle of spiritual followers who saw in her a guide and a true teacher of faith. It is for this reason her figure embodies one of the models of the female genius in the church. As she continued to explore the depths of her spirituality, she became a revered figure. Pilgrims sought her guidance, and her reputation as a spiritual guide spread far beyond Foligno. Angela's insights into the mysteries of faith earned her respect among theologians and scholars of her time. Besides her spiritual writings, Saint Angela was also known for being the founder of a religious community that refused to be an enclosed religious order. Her religious order did not subscribe to separating themselves from the rest of the world and had to continue with her vision of caring for those in need and devoting their lives to the works of charity. When Saint Angela died in 1309, she was surrounded by a community of her disciples, and many people attributed miracles to her. Saint Angela was venerated in the Roman Catholic Church, and she was beatified on July 11th, 1701, by Pope Clement XI in St. Peter's Basilica. Her feast day is on the 4th of January for the rest of the world, but it is on the 7th of January in the United States of America.